Hello. I wanted to share something about the eclipse. There's obviously a lot of energy that's been moving and a lot of discussion and content being created. There's been a couple earthquakes. There's a lot moving, which if you've been tracking this, there's been a lot of discussion that this was going to be the most intense time of this year. And I just came back from this trip. Hey, Suzanne. And there's a couple themes that have been coming through. I take this trip around my birthday every year, and I try to coordinate it with doing some sort of healing experience or event, seeing some friends, seeing some family, being somewhere I haven't been before, kind of tracking like the thread of that year. And I've been doing this through my 30s and now I guess into my 40s. And it just gives me like the vibe of what the year is about and what I'm expanding into. And this theme of this trip was definitely about the experience of allies. And to me, an ally is someone that goes beyond a friend or a family member or a partner or a colleague. An ally is someone who really makes a decision to be in connection and to hold us to our great work and our great responsibility and our great life. Like it's the people in our life, it's the energies in our life that are really aligned and allied with us actually being here and being who we're supposed to be. And I had a teacher many years ago who, my full name is Alexandra, and I tried to give that a go at some point when I was younger. And my brother, from the minute I was born, just like started calling me Allie, and I've kind of always gone by Allie, even as an adult. And I had a teacher once say to me, he's someone who really studies like the meanings of our words and the meanings of our names. And he was like, yeah, you always went by Allie because you're here to be an ally. And so ally is something I've always thought about a lot, being an ally to people and really having gratitude for the allies in my life has always been like a practice for me for many years. But I really see it as the theme of this month is really coming into our allyship and really understanding who our allies are, who are the people in our life, who are here to support us, uplift us, tell us the truth, encourage us, and support us in letting go. This month, sometimes our allies are here to let us know it's safe to let go. And I've noticed in my sessions today that there's really big, exciting opportunities happening. There's really huge expansions happening. And sometimes we forget, in order to receive those things, we have to let something go. Something has to finally leave in a real and permanent way. And that is, to me, the energy of this eclipse cycle. When I tune in with the earth and I happen to just get back to New York and wake up in that earthquake, energy feeling, the earth is like in the middle of releasing and energetically there's a big letting go going on. Look at what's going on with this new Pluto and Aquarius cycle, where it's just like the poison of our society is being purged. We've been seeing it more and more deeply for the last several years. But in particular right now, it's like it feels destabilizing, literally, because it is a destabilizing time, because letting go of things that have held certain ways in place for a long time is going to feel and be destabilizing. But in order to really receive, we have to let go. And I don't think there's anyone who's alive right now on this planet who didn't come here to be part of the healer's path. I just don't think you'd be here at this time on the planet. However you're behaving or showing up, you're part of a healing cycle because we are in a healing completion cycle on this planet. And so, when I look at the cycles, they're saying with this eclipse, astrologers are saying you can look at 2004 to 2006, 2014 to 2015. When I look back at those times, I really see those as huge choice points for me. That first cycle being when I really made the decision, when I had the big opening to go from being in journalism school and going down that path to realizing like I'm here to do this other type of work that I didn't even know existed until now, but this is my work. And I really switched the track of my life and, you know, made some sacrifices and took some risks and then just like went on that track. And then 2014 and 2015 was the big decision of the foundation of my work is the Akashic records now. And like the work will be held in that. Like this is the decision. This is the work. I'm coming out with it all the way. And I'm creating a life where I have the expansion, where I can go where I need to go with the Akasha. And in order for those two things to happen, yeah, those years were huge shifts for you too. Yeah, like I'd love for, if you're watching this, like to connect with what was happening for you in those two cycles. So for me, it was like very consciously a healer's path choice point. And I'm definitely in one again, which is why I'm so glad I went on this trip. In order to do that, in those two big cycles, I had to let go of some big things. And in order to let go and open to receive, I had to have the allies that I had around me at that time. Some of those people are still in my life. Some were just there for those important choice points. But there were really important people in my life at that time that allowed me to let go, allowed me to be in a situation where I could destabilize because I had to let go of things that were being held in place with ways of being and living and doing and thinking that were like, could not be there anymore for me to go to this next big cycle. And how I did that was I had the allies. I had the people and the energies who held me while who held me in the truth while I went through the destabilization process. Oh, wow. That's big, Suzanne. So how do you see that cycle working with you now? I'd love to hear. But that's a big relationship cycle. And, I'm just thinking about that a lot. Those have been kind of the two big themes to me as we've been coming into the eclipse is like, if you're here, you're on the healer's path. And that looks like a million different things. You know, a lot of the people I work with right now in more of my intensive mentorship way do not have a lifestyle necessarily like me. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily, they're not necessarily here to live in this way or even necessarily do this type of work. Hey, Tony, they might be. But I'm working with a lot of people in like major positions of leadership in the 3D world. And it's not about like, oh, I do this now, but hopefully I transition into not being part of this. It's like, thank God we have open, receptive, conscious people in all types of positions of leadership. That is the recalibration we're having right now on the planet. And it's about knowing that the real world doesn't give us a spiritual allowance where if we put enough time and energy into the real world, we get to go be conscious and play. It's like, no, the whole system in which we exist and our whole reality becomes in service to our specific mission of healing, of being part of the planetary healing, right? And then like, I see it right now with people I'm working with. Suddenly it's like, oh, wait, the job got even better, or a new position is happening, or new prosperity is happening, or new relationships are opening. And suddenly as we get into the truth and we let go, we actually receive the most expanded version of our mission. And everyone's on a mission here. There's not one person not on a mission here. It just looks different. It doesn't look like everybody meditating on a mountain or being part of a specific community or presentation. Everyone is part of this planetary experience right now. And so we're in this new cycle. So I think it is really helpful to look at the choice points you were in 2014, 15, 2004, 2006, track those threads and see where you are now and realize you have support. It's okay to feel destabilized right now. It's okay to feel a little wacky. It's part of the earth purging process we're in right now. That's why we're seeing all the craziness. It's just really important to open yourself to your allies, to know that you have allies, you have people, friends, family, colleagues, people you're just starting to meet that want to support you to be in the boldest, most exciting, most expanded, most compassionate expression of your being in this lifetime, who want you to get to be fully experiencing and enjoying the moment that you're in right now, that are going to hold you to the truth, that aren't going to allow bullshit and the veneer on top. You know, like, just know you have the allies who are here for you while you go through this process right now. The last piece I want to say is you are an ally. Understand that you too are an ally to this planet. This planet is an ally to us. You are an Earth ally. We have people in our life who are here to be allies to our growth and expansion and transformation. And you also hold that for many people. So this is just a moment as we go through this cycle to really reorient into that identity, that we are allies for each other. We are allies for this planet, and the planet and others are allies for us. And it's time to just be real and not wait till our life looks a certain way. The life you have right now is the real life. It is the healing path, and it'll just get better and better as we go through this process. So before we complete, I'll just tune in with you here. So let's close our eyes for a moment. And just connecting with that, breathing in the frequency of ally, of a connected relationship here to hold us to our greatest possibility, our biggest truth. Breathing that in. Exhaling out, letting that move. Aw. Thank you. I love you. Letting that move into the base of the spine and relax the pelvis and relax the shoulders. And notice if you've been feeling any trepidation or anxiety, clearing and releasing that about this eclipse, about these earthquakes, about these wars. It's all true. It's all happening. But if you're in the position to watch this video, then your role in this process is staying open, is holding, is being an ally to those who are in crisis right now, to those whose mission looks different than being able to sit in peace and reflection right now. Letting your body continue to open here. And then beginning to just feel the transmission that will be coming in from our own higher selves, from the part of us that is holding the whole thing, from the part of our soul that knows the whole story, that holds the whole blueprint, is just kind of like lovingly guiding our human personality through the experience. Breathe in here, feeling more of that you who understands the process. Breathing that in. And now just feeling as your body is really open, maybe you're just feeling your body lift up a little bit, making connection with the higher plane. And making connection with the heavenly and the celestial realms, with all these planets and stars that have our attention right now, the sun and the moon. Just being lifted up and just like making connection there. And with the next breath in, just breathing in and just like letting in the truth, the frequency of truth. Which is that we're right where we're supposed to be. Each one of us. And it's a discipline sometimes to hold that, but you're right where you're supposed to be. I'm just opening the Akashic vibrational record of anything else we're here to receive together about this cycle. You are held. Just breathe that in. You are held. Even in whatever feels destabilizing, even in whatever really has to let go now, you are held. You've got you. You get to have a reality where you are held. Is there anything else that we're here to understand before we complete? I always come back to this. I think I've said this before on here, but the truth is true and all is well. There's so many different little versions and translations right now through the ethers, through the internet. But that is a guiding statement for me. It was on the wall of one of my mentors when I was just beginning this journey. From the emissaries of light. The truth is true and all is well. Inconquerable life prevails. So just letting that in as we move through the next few days, whatever content you come across, whatever feelings, whatever weather patterns, whether or not you choose to participate in however you choose. We are all on the healer's path. It is meant to look like a billion different types of lives. We are all allies to the earth. The earth is our ally. And the truth is true. So let's just stay in that frequency for a few more breaths, just letting yourself relax, letting the brain relax. And as we drop in and get ready to complete, just let yourself feel something you have gratitude for. Let that land in the base of the spine. And now let yourself feel one reason you feel grateful to be on Earth. One thing about Earth you're grateful for. Breathe that in. Let that open you a little bit further. One reason you're grateful to be you. To specifically be you and be on this path. And one thing you will allow yourself to receive through the next few days. First thought, best thought. And one thing you will be offering through just your presence. What will you be broadcasting? What is a gift you're going to give all of us just through your presence through the next few days? Make a commitment to holding a certain sort of presence. It's part of being on the healer's path. Hi. And now give yourself that presence that you just committed to offering to others. We got to give it to ourselves first. So whatever presence you are commitment to being in the world during this transition, this release moment on behalf of Earth, as an ally to Earth, as an ally to us, thank you. Give yourself the frequency of that presence now. Breathe it in. Exhaling out, let it move through the body. Let it wash away any tension. Now land all the way back in, knowing that whatever you need to release is releasing, whatever you need to receive is being received. You're right where you're supposed to be. we can just know that the work will continue, and our work through this process is just to walk the earth grateful for being here. Grateful to be us, grateful that we have allies, grateful that we get to have the fulfilling experience of being allies to others in their greatest expression of why they're here. And how amazing to live on this planet where we are so connected to all of these cycles and processes, and we're doing it together. And in that way, it's just like the sun and the moon and this planetary cycle we're in is an ally to Earth, so that we on Earth and the Earth itself can go through this very necessary process of release and healing and regeneration. So I just, the ally story will just keep going if you let it go. So just sending gratitude to the cycles, sending gratitude to the wisdom keepers that teach us, sending gratitude to our own innate wisdom, body wisdom, spirit wisdom, emotional wisdom, that is letting us actually like work this exactly how we're supposed to without even trying. It's so innate. We are designed to be part of this process. We were born to be part of this process and to be the person we are exactly where we are, right here, right where we are on Earth. And so may that energy work with you. May that phrase, yeah, that frequency has gotten me through everything. So I'm glad to share it. And yeah, may you just be held in that presence that you are offering. May you receive that presence of peace, love, kindness, humor, compassion, forgiveness, whatever it was that you're committing to offering. That is a huge ripple effect through this destabilization people might be feeling. To just hold that presence, let you yourself receive that presence. Know you have allies around you during this time. Know you are an ally to others. And know there's a brilliance and intelligent energy to the natural world, to the celestial world. And the truth is true and all is well. Hi, Erin. Hi, everybody. Good to see people. Sending you all a lot of love. Thank you for being my allies. And yeah, we'll talk soon. See you all soon. Bye.